All right, everyone, we are back with the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Jolt, chief host of the show, and joining me as always is none other than my co-host, Avira.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day.
Wherever you are in the world,
Exactly.
anytime, every time. Next on the show, we have Noble.
Hey, I'd like everyone to welcome my Magic 8 Ball.
aka the voice that stays inside your head.
Yeah, and everyone gets to see it now, so enjoy.
I mean, if we shouted at ball, does this mean your physical inner voice will cease to exist?
I have no idea. It's a literal piece of cheap ass plastic I picked up used, so whatever.
I swear, it's like the one thing that school kids kind of use if they still believed in novelty toys. But
Yeah, it was a thing when I was a kid, so coming across one like cheap ass was just perfect.
good times. Next on the show, we have Malagos.
Glad to be on the show once again.
It's always a pleasure having you on board. On this ride, man. Wouldn't have it any other way.
I'm glad.
And next up, we have Styfior.
Hello. Back yet again.
As always.
Fantastic.
Tell me again, are you blue? Are you better? How are you feeling? Literally blue.
Me, I'm about to smash my fucking tablet.
Hey,
Have
so
you
far
tried
so
turning
good,
it
man.
on again?
It's working
No,
out.
I'm not kidding. It's literally not connecting to my computer at all. I can't use my art tablet.
Oh, so it's not working
It's
at the moment.
completely fucked itself. Right.
Damn.
I think. Why the fuck is that set to E? What the fuck?
Right. So while you're working that out, though, what do we got?
Right, I think I've got it started.
That's all right. So what do we got to start this ride on with? Hey. Right.
There we go. Sorted it.
Awesome. Just in
Fucking
time.
hell. I took the fucking. I mean, I was about to smash the fucker.
You know what? It's so weird. It's like everybody wants to talk their own little toys. Like today.
Oh, I don't even. I didn't expect it to be like this. All I've done is I've a fucking shit day at work today for 12 fucking hours again for the 5th time this week.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, that's rough, buddy.
And then got home to be just generally fucking sour. And just shit's going wrong left, right, and fucking centre. And then jump on, turn my computer on, sit down to join the podcast, wondering why is it not working? Nothing's working here. Suddenly, my fucking tablet.
You know what? And then
is
everybody
completely
says, the rest is
kaputted from.
history.
Well, it is now because it's finally fucking working again.
All right.
Which,
Yay!
if it wouldn't start working, oh god,
Yay!
it was a fucking expensive tablet. I don't want it to fucking break.
You should. You should take care of it. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get started with the first thing that we have. So, all right. New generation of racially diverse creators to write and illustrate Dr. Seuss inspired books. If you
Okay.
remember a couple of episodes ago, last year, Dr. Seuss was basically got into the limelight after a series of its books got, banned. And we had to talk about that in one of our episodes, aptly titled If I Ran the Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what they're trying to do now is prop back up some more Dr. Seuss.
The way I see it, this is probably an excellent time for anyone who bothered to invest in buying the old Dr. Seuss books. Can now thrust them onto eBay and flog them off or whatever.
Oh, totally. It seems like they're trying to like revise them, a new generation of racially diverse creators to write and illustrate Dr. Seuss inspired books. So what is Dr. Seuss like a brand that like people could just buy rights to at this point? Like
I think it's a doc. If you have a look, Dr. Seuss Enterprises
Enterprise.
is
Yeah.
the company that
Okay.
owns the intellectual property rights to Dr. Seuss's works. Has announced that.
Since when was this proven to be a good idea? Like with Star Trek, Star Wars.
Wow. He says, well, 6 Dr. Seuss books will stop being published because of racist imagery. That's what we were talking about last time we spoke about this. Yeah,
Yes.
racist imagery. Oh God.
Oh yeah, I
And the-
remember I was on for the podcast last time when we did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was too.
that it's funny, and now those books, those 6 books that were there. And to think I saw it on Mulberry Street. If I ran the zoo,
Hmm.
with Elliot's Pool, On Beyond Zebra, Scrambled Egg Super, and the Cat's Quizzer was allegedly the quote unquote insensitive books that got banned.
Right. So the reasoning they have here is, an Asian person is portrayed wearing a canonical hat. Okay, holding chopsticks and eating from a bowl. I mean, how is that bad though? I mean, that's culture, right? They eat rice. I mean, and they eat like noodles and stuff, like with chopsticks. I guess. I don't know. That's just
It's
weird.
only culture when they do it themselves, but if someone else that isn't that race does it, oh god, that's racist.
Joel, did you find that image insensitive at all?
I can't remember if I did, but
So probably not then.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure though that it's only related to actual Chinese individuals, and
Yeah.
considering the time the book was written,
that's right.
Mhm.
And now, it's absurd enough that we're revisiting this back in 2021. And, now we have to write a book we're going to try and rewrite that to compensate for the 6 books that have been missing now.
instead of rewriting them, why not turn around, get some people together who actually have a brain, which I understand that's very difficult these days, especially in the professional industries, and try to write some completely new books with the same kind of themes what you'd find in the old ones.
Wait, are you actually suggesting that they write good books?
Yes.
Whoa.
Good new books. I am going to be a sadist here and say that.
Promoting
So-
creativity? Oh, unheard of.
Creativity doesn't exist today, unfortunately.
I know.
We're here to promote political correctness of virtue signaling. We can't have creativity.
I'm sorry, but every
they
time
said
you hear
here-
political correctness, it's always someone
They said that
trying
the
not to be
books-
racist.
Under the banner Seuss Studios and published by Random House Children's Books, they'll be geared to readers 4 to 8 years old. Now tell me, what 6-year-old is going to be reading a Dr. Seuss book and become some diehard racist because they saw some offensive imagery? Like,
Well, if you
come on.
well, he's white. That's-
What kid cares about that shit? Hell, what
I know.
adult does?
I never
don't.
cared about it.
Oh, it's crazy. So
I mean,
here
I
we
remember.
have
I remember cartoons even in the '90s had like multi-racial kind of like nobody really cared. Like there was that old Conan cartoon in the '90s that had like one black character and like nobody said like, oh, I hate black people now or something like
No,
or-
that's crazy. But here we have in the article, it says the new authors and illustrators will represent a diverse cross-section of racial backgrounds to represent as many families as possible. Oh God, Dr. Seuss
That's-
Enterprises said.
The
What?
thing is that the trend that people seem to be setting towards is to say that, okay, you have like, this is what the world really looks like in this current era. And so,
Yeah, but Dr. Seuss, like they made up creatures, like Wibble Wobbles and snazzy schnauzens and weird shit like that. With little floofy hair and like they look like ostriches or whatever, or like the Who's from Whoville. They're not supposed to be human looking.
Yes,
And it's not
someone got
supposed
on
to
some
be
LSD and decided to write some children's books.
Exactly, right? What's wrong with that?
it's and that's basic, lo and behold, the world in 19, in back when they wrote it, we'll have this 2022 blank stare.
What's going to
But
happen if in 5 years' time these books are considered to be horrifically wrong?
Mhm.
Oh, there probably still will be.
No, I mean the ones they're going to write
Oh yeah,
or edit.
'cause it's going to go full circle again. We're saying something that isn't racist is racist, and then everyone's going to be like, "Well, how racist was that? They made it out to be racist."
that's not the
There's never,
intention here.
there's never going to be any fucking winning with this stupid shite like that.
No, what most people forget, and this is the important thing. So there are two places in town that I really like to buy food from when I'm on the go. One's like a bakery type place. The other one's just like your traditional corner store in Australia that would sell fish and chips and other shit. I don't go to those places because the staff are all Asians. I don't go there because it's multicultural. I go there because I like the food, for Christ's sake. It's like with these books. You don't read them because you want to be diverse. You get kids to read them because they're written for kids and they're supposed to at least
Exactly.
teach some kind of lesson that's supposed to help them later on in life and not completely screw them up. Well, unfortunately, the teachers these days are shit. But
Yeah.
just no. Ugh. This doesn't help anything.
No, and now to get through what they're doing, why they're doing. Read here. The goal is to continue Geisel's legacy, starting in 1957 with the launch of the Beginner Books imprint, Random House, of inspiring young readers and supporting writers and artists starting their publishing careers. Blah blah blah. We believe literacy is for everyone, and as you try to find solutions that really are thoughtful and are heartfelt, they really do embrace everyone and allow everybody to be celebrated. And I think what they're doing right now is a step in the right direction.
Yeah, do you? Yeah, banning books and rewriting everything. Okay, sure. That's the right direction, definitely.
So are they going to start burning books now instead of just throwing them in the bin in schools in the US?
I mean, metaphorically, that's what they're doing.
No, Avira, I've seen actual footage of a school proudly taking books, including things like on the stock market, and just throwing them in the bin.
Wow.
It's like I've heard that like some books in at least in UK in the London library they labeled some books as caution. This book may be insensitive to some subjects, like I don't know, includes racial something. They even like put it in kids books, like like caution, this book is outdated comparing to today, like there's...
Oh, we have a good live comment from Ice Kitsune, who says, at Furry Raiders, if Dr. Seuss is so evil, then why does the book about the trees and the man in the tower seem to be a metaphor for a corporate takeover? Yeah, it is. You would think socialists would like that kind of shit.
When was that book written?
Oh, I don't know. Probably decades ago.
60s, 70s.
Yeah. How many years did it take for a corporate entity to take over his ideals and basically try to put their own little spin on it?
I don't know, man.
The poor bastard must be turning in his grave. Anyway, let's make use of the magic 8-ball. Is this stupid shit a good idea? Come on.
Oh, it's
yes,
flashing.
but doubtful.
Doubtful. Oh, the magic 8-ball knows all.
Oh, that's
Good
correct.
reaction. Doubt. Press doubt. Doubt.
That's awesome.
Oh well, And speaking of where we're at right at the moment, I wasn't able to find any of this stuff that was banned. If I ran the zoo, oh wait, Amazon's got a listing of it.
Oh, please show it.
All right, yeah, I wasn't like first thing I did, go on eBay, try and have a look to see if there's anything on sale. No dice. All right, here we go. Here's Amazon's listing of the band if I ran the zoo. Hardcover's going for $300.
Wow, and it came out in 1950. That's when it came out. I have this book.
Oh my!
I mean, it's like old. I think it's like a newer print from like the 90s or whatever. But
Yeah.
still,
Another band one. And to think I saw it on Mulberry Street.
wow, $125 for the hardcover. Holy crap! See that's what happens.
I thought Pokemon White was insane for going for $130 locally.
Be kidding.
Shit. No, I'm serious. The original,
Fucking hell.
an original copy of Pokemon White boxed $130.
Fucking hell.
Whoa.
An old Nintendo DS game that came out in 2009.
Not sure, but pretty much, yeah.
One that's not even that good.
I rather like the games, to be honest. But I can't see why they're worth that much. Oof. Well,
Black
anyone who
and White
invested
was
in those
the best
Dr.
like-
Seuss books are going to be, jumping for joy.
Well, yeah.
If I was
Until it
me, I
comes
would.
back on the market, and then they're like, "Oh, I wasted so much money buying this."
Well, no, you'd preserve the banned Dr. Seuss books and then, and then sell it to collectors.
The same thing happened with Magic the Gathering when they banned like those 6 or 7 cards. They went up in price like they quadrupled. It's craziness. It's like the Streisand effect.
For crying out loud. Yes, let's bring in Barbara Streisand with this.
No, seriously, like the more you try to censor something, the more people want to see it. Like it has the opposite effect.
Yeah, true.
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah,
Welcome
even,
to
that's
modern
the way-
culture.
Leave your brain at the door.
All right. So, speaking of that, we'll be seeing another hit of the Dr. Seuss's The Cat in Hat some point soon-ish. So we're going to move to the next thing, and that's kind of what Noble just glanced on very tangentially, Pokemon.
I love
And
Pokemon.
I know, yes, for the 9th time, they're continuing this ride.
Good.
Crouch. Yes. What's it about? Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have been announced.
Uh,
Oh boy, another one.
Yeah.
But see, now
Oops.
this is the continuation of the mainline games.
yeah.
Legends was more like a side-off piece that they usually do, because it
So
is
it's
falling in
Arceus.
line. Yeah, that's what I said. Legends Arceus.
Ah, yes, the goat god.
Arceus is very. It's it's a very very bold step, but that
It's a
very
really
bold
good
deviation.
game, but it also falls in line with Legends Arceus is the side game officially by Game Freak that they always do, and here comes Generation 9, still falling in line with the proper time.
Now, hold on a minute. Wasn't Generation 9 where some cartoon predicted that Pokemon would be nothing but a chair or some piece of furniture?
Oh God, really?
Yeah, we had Klefki a few generations ago, which is basically
Yes,
just a giant
exactly.
green-
I think Pokemon has gone outlandish right now with what they're turning into Pokemon. Making a Pokemon out of ice cream.
That was weird.
Yeah,
Well, that's
that
why
black and white was just
White
off.
were the worst ones. I hated Unova. I still do.
It
You
sounds
hate
like Uranus.
The 5th generation's region.
You hate me?
I say Unova.
Yeah, me.
Run.
I hate you,
Figure out-
Nova.
figure
Oh
out-
God, why would you say that?
It's because I've
I know, I'm
already told you. I'm the better host. You have been
Shut
replaced.
up.
It's all about blue now. The orange is old.
Oh,
what's
get
the
real.
stupid story of this?
But
Right. So
I'm pretty sure I remember hearing that Scarlet and Violet are supposed to be the same fully open world as Legends Arceus, and I can't wait for that.
It looks really good so far, I gotta say.
You
Right.
have to know that there was disappointment with Sword and Shield.
There was
When-
not. Fuck off.
Yes, there was. I'm horribly disappointed with that series. Fucking
Eat my
suck.
ass. The game was perfectly fine. Every
I
game
still
is going to
have-
have bugs. People just hate it because it's a whole different new way of playing.
Start
it wasn't
your-
just
Stop
it wasn't just the
stuff because
bugs.
it's new.
Starfield, it wasn't that. The constant interactions with the battles, with the way they had set them up, just no. That bloody camp thing was horrific. I barely played it. When I tried to play it, it just was confusing and boring. The fact that you couldn't get all the Pokemon you wanted in it really pissed me off.
Didn't they
And
also
then-
announce downloadable content for Sword and Shield?
Yeah, they provided a DLC which you had to buy, and I'm like, oh, you're kidding. So they did actually add more Pokemon, which they originally said wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, but most games end up doing a DLC anyway. And I still
That's not
think
the point.
they did it really well. I really love Sword and Shield. It's like, yeah, every game's going to have its flaws, but I still think they did what they could. They at least listened to people and brought in the Pokemon. You didn't have to buy the DLC to be able to bring the Pokemon forward.
I think what the main issue is that they instead of providing a free update, they locked the content behind the DLC, which is what pissed people even more, because these days, like, you kind of expect to provide an improvement to the people that liked your game, but like instead of like providing a free update, like, when the game these days, like when the game provides free update, it's kind of like a novelty now, because, like, ever since the concept of DLC came out, the developers say, oh wait, like, instead of like releasing a free content update, let's just lock it behind the DLC. That way we earn more money. I mean, it's no exception with Nintendo. They are Nintendo. I mean, these are the same guys that charge emulated Super Mario 64 for $30, limited time sale.
Most games have DLC anyway. Like, it's just the way gaming has gone recently. Plus, it's just a way. Yeah, it is a way to get more money, but with that more money is what they can use to put into further games to make the future games even better.
Starfield,
I mean-
have you seen the upscaled copies of Pokemon X and Y or ORAS?
Well, I
or
like
even
those.
Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. They're able to people doing this for free were able to take those old games and upscale them to basically, like, I think it was like 1080p or even 4K,
But
and
anyway,
it came out looking beautiful still, except for the parts that were low.
that's
The
basically a side
Nintendo
mod.
modders.
Yeah, there was so much that people were able to do.
There was that Pokemon game that was like in fully 3D, like you actually like
Yeah.
this was before Sword and Shield, by the way, where you
And
actually
weren't they also using like Unreal?
yeah, they were using
Okay.
Unreal Engine. It looked really good. I think it was a remake of the first Pokemon in Unreal Engine, the Pokemon Red. And naturally, Nintendo simply sent cease and desist letter to them.
But
yeah, because
anyway,
it's own
that's
property.
aside. That's not the issue at hand here. What I guess we wanted to look at is just what's new for the 9th generation. And
Oh,
what
yes.
better way to start than with the start of Pokemon?
Well, this is
See,
pretty interesting. So these are the 3 new starters we have. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
everyone is
Pokemon
gonna
right
pick the
now,
cat.
they're up to, I believe, 908 Pokemon now.
It's
I think it's 908.
no, I think
So,
it's
guys-
eight something. It's not
Well,
quite
it was 8.
900.
I see. I saw two numbers. I saw 898, then I saw 908. So I'm not sure which one is correct. But here we have the new 3 Pokemon, and I'm sure you guys have seen on Twitter that the grass cat has been exploding like freaking crazy.
Of all of them, I've seen the most of the grass cat.
Oh yeah,
Sprigatito.
yeah.
So-
Is it? Wait, is Sprigatito or is it Sprigatio? No, it's Sprigatito. Okay.
So for me, the second day of announcement, some of the artists I watch on FA were already submitting porn of this character.
Oh, for
It's
fuck's
the
sake.
internet
Oh, yeah,
and it's
yeah, I've seen it.
furry. What do you expect?
Yeah,
On the
I've
second
definitely
day.
seen
Even
it.
surprised.
They took to the cat. It's like, are you fucking serious?
I saw
Like,
a really funny
why?
image on Twitter about this grass cat like smoking a bong. They were
Hang
like,
on,
"Yo,
I'll get you some. Well, that aside, I got a
oh,
funny
did you see that
meme.
one?
I got a funny meme about the Sprigatito thing. That
Oh,
I
goodness.
requested to send. Behold. The potential evolutions of Sprigatito.
Oh no! What?
What
Oh, that's
could
so
this
funny.
mean?
I swear, I really hope this is true and they get sued by both Dr. Zeus and the people who own Garfield.
Oh, that is so funny.
That would just make my day.
Yes, but yeah, if you do want to look for the Sprigatito stuff, I have to say, what's you? You're a degenerate.
Dude, it's all over Twitter. It's freaking crazy. The last like week or so, it totally just blew up.
All right, and the next, yeah, like it's another one of those cats, but the next starter is Fuecoco. The fire
So
type.
It
I
looks like a
really do not
Totodile
like
ripoff.
this one.
That's what the first thing that came into my mind. It looks like Totodile ripoff.
Right.
It's a fire Totodile.
Is it going to start bouncing around and jumping around like Totodile did?
Probably.
Maybe. And you know what? And there's also some memes of this guy too. But first off, we're gonna skip over to something that seems to have broken a pattern. The Fuecoco. And a lot of people seem to have noticed that this was traced way back to like the 4th generation. That the fire Pokemon starters were patterned over the Chinese zodiac.
Oh yeah, they've been doing that for a long while.
And you know, again, it's been saying, people have been saying a couple of things like maybe there's going to be 12 generations of Pokemon, maybe they're going to follow the entire pattern. I don't know, and you know, and we have 8 of the Zodiacs filled. You know, the Dragon, Charmander, Charizard, well, Mouse, Cyndaquil, but that's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, that is a massive stretch.
Yeah, Rooster, Torchic, Monkey Chimchar, Pig T-Pig. Fennekin the
Fenpig.
Dinger is a dog, which is a bit of
Fennekin.
a stretch also.
Fennekin's a fox.
Yeah, like
Oh,
Fox is
you
actually
know,
behind though, so
I mean, no, scientific names and like genuses aside, you could say there's a bit of a stretch. You know,
What would
tiger.
Growly be considered? Would Growly be like a dog slash
no,
tiger?
we're concerning the fire starters, not so much the rest of the Pokemon.
Okay. Oh, just fires. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
And then 8th generation, the rabbit. Yep. And now the 9th is the closest thing they have, like what's not fulfilled, is of course the horse, the snake, and 2 other ones I can't quite think of on the top of my head.
Wait, Ponyta? It doesn't Ponyta have a fire
No,
tail?
no.
That's not the starter Pokemon.
In each generation, they bring out, well, usually they bring out 3 Pokemon completely new. The only way you can usually get them is by restarting the game, traditionally. And this thing looks like it might be a fire/fighting type anyway.
Who knows? Like, live comment
Well,
here.
they need to
first.
stop with the firefighting types, honestly.
What's resonance? Fuecoco. Phantom of the Onion Hair X. And now here's where things get bizarre, because some people are thinking, they're hoping that Fuecoco's evolutions are going to end up making it into a snack.
No,
I hope it turns
before-
into a giant crocodile. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And oh, and there's another meme as well regarding this sort of thing. Did you know like somebody was making the that little band-aid they have? It's like somebody's been slapping the craft
Oh,
cheeses onto
yeah.
fire Pokemon.
Oh, I saw this. This was bad.
Yeah, I'll bring this up to you guys so you can see it firsthand. Here. Who's putting the craft singles on these fire starters?
Ah, oh no!
Uh,
Oh my lord, that's funny.
are these new Pokemon starters a good idea for this generation of Pokemon? I have to ask.
I think the crocodile one looks pretty doofy. The grass cat is pretty cool. What was the third one?
We'll get to that in a second.
Concentrate and ask again.
Quaxley.
That sums up my
Okay.
All right, and then the
concentrate
third,
and ask again. The Magic 8 Ball has spoken.
concentrate.
Indeed.
The third starter. We need to go through the third starter now. Quaxley, the duck.
Which is it's the one I like out of the three of them. The other two I'm not keen on at all.
I'd go without the hair for the starter for this one. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's hair. I thought that was a hat.
No, that's hair.
Oh goodness.
It's
Oh, that's
sort of like-
silly.
It's sort of like designed to be a bit of both in a way.
Toupee.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I kind of like the grass cat though. It's almost like Eevee,
I
like
don't
Eevee
know.
on weed.
So Leafeon.
Yeah, basically, like their cousin. So Quaxley is the water type starter in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It's a blue and white duck, which either has a fantastic head of hair or a little cap. Yeah, see exactly. The official. Oh wait.
It's
Yeah,
hold on,
related
scroll
to Psyduck.
Let me just say, like the official description of Quaxley is the earnest and tidy duckling Pokemon.
The duckling. That's cute.
Yeah,
Now you
and
just
I,
give it a
like
leech.
Quaxley a lot more than I like the other two. I really don't like the other two that much.
and so with these new starters, what do you think the evolution prospects are going to be? Well, Garfield and Stu kind of had aside. How about the cat?
It's probably gonna be something like from like Meowth goes to
Version.
yeah. It's gonna probably be something like that. Like she evolves into tiger.
I wonder if any of them are going to be quadrupeds in their final forms.
If
See,
they-
I was thinking that Quaxley might evolve into like a swan. You know that whole story about
That's
the ugly
what-
duckling.
I mean, they've done
Yeah.
that plenty of times. They did that with Ducklet and Swanner. They did it with Feebas and Magnetic.
Oh, they did already. See,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
there's almost 1,000 Pokemon out there. I don't keep track of this shit. I only know the original 150 and Lucario. That's pretty much it.
Oh, I'd know all of them. It's bad.
Oh, wow.
I have, I've
That's
kind of
impressive.
lost, a lot of interest after this fifth generation. I just know the starters by name, and that was pretty much it. Interesting love comments here all around from our guys. Iskatsoon777. The duck has been kind of suspected to look like a Spanish musketeer. Kind of makes me
think-
think that this might take place in Spain.
Oh, maybe.
Very
Interesting.
good analysis. Like,
Yeah.
it's in the names actually. Fuecoco. The Spanish word for fire is fuego.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see that.
Yeah, the Spanish word for kitten. The Sprigatito name is a combination of sprig and the Spanish word for kitten.
Huh. Interesting.
I really don't. The one thing, like, the designs of them aren't too bad compared to what the starters have been recently. Like the latest ones with like Litten couldn't stand. Basically the only decent one from Sun and Moon was Rowlet. Ones from Sword and Shield, the only decent one was the rabbit, because the other two are just awful, god awful.
Yeah.
Scorbunny is definitely the best one.
When I played Sword and Shield, at least played it, I just got the starters, used them until I was able to get at least a decent party, and then I just kicked them off because there's just no. I couldn't see any benefit to using them.
Scorbunny I like. I've played the games a lot. I've like restarted and played them through a fair few times. And I always choose Scorbunny because it's just the better out of them all.
I just wait till I can get Arcanine and just burn everything.
But I do hope that Quaxley will have a decent looking evolution line because I don't like the look of Sprigatito at all. It just looks
Really?
so-
I think it's kind of
I
cute.
don't like it at all, especially the names. The names for all three of them, I'm not keen on.
That's yeah, same. They're way too difficult to pronounce. Like,
Yeah,
imagine like what 7-year-old is going to be able to pronounce this?
or everyone's going to pronounce the fucking thing as well.
Avira.
It's just going to be annoying.
If you understand, okay, so the Pokemon Company themselves, they've got full control over the games, the TV show, and the advertisement. So when anything official is done, the Pokemon Company International itself will go in and they will make sure that the correct name is being used. It's not like back in the 4Kids days where the actors can say whatever they want. The voice actors can say it however they want. They are trained to say the Pokemon names correctly.
Yeah, that's what I like that they have been doing that.
Well, that's good, for consistency.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's why people need to start learning how to pronounce Arceus properly.
Arceus.
I think
Arceus.
this I think this must be the thing you were
Nice
looking for with the Sprigatito, wasn't it? The one of the being the weed thing.
Oh, God.
Yes. That's it. Yo, I saw that shit on Twitter yesterday. Oh my god. I'm like, yep. Grass type, man.
I seriously hate to think if that is the actual final evolved form.
Oh no,
So
that's
the,
the evolution of like the Anthro version.
Sprigatito, I've just realised there, looks like someone's done a fan drawing of Fennekin, but as a grass type.
Yeah, it does have fan
It's
fiction vibe.
basically a grass type, the cat starter in the previous generation.
Yeah. I mean, Fuecoco looks like an animate chili. It's just-
He kind of
a
does.
chili- Yeah, a chili has a croc's face on it.
So is this it? Have we seen the last of the depressed Pokemon? Because they're always the depressed, or there was the not pleased looking ones. And they at least open the world up a little bit more, but it looks like they're getting rid of that and just making everything cheerful.
Possibly. But we all know the most important part. Hopefully, they do some really nice looking ghost types.
Is
I
that
wonder
your
if they're
favorite?
going to go dark and require you to get
I
a
love
rock
the ghost
stone.
types.
What was that, Noble? They're gonna go dark and do what?
I wonder if they're going to go dark and allow you to get a rock stone and use
No,
it to
for
create
Eevee.
a ghost type.
Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, that's how you get the ghost Eevee.
Avira, do you understand the joke? It's basically to get a ghost type Pokemon in the games. We're saying you'll have to kill a Pokemon to get it.
Yes, I get it. That's messed up.
Yeah.
Pretty dark, honestly. But I think my favorite type of Pokemon is bug types. Like Scyther is really cool. Beedrill, Caterpie, adorable. Yeah.
Good choice, but
Wow.
okay. But
Yeah.
What?
Weird one.
anyway, I digress. I mean, everybody knows. Everybody's always making a joke about me. Come on.
You wanting a squirrel Pokemon?
Come on. It's been only a few years since since the creators confessed that Pikachu wasn't actually a mouse.
Yeah, he is. He's like a cat mouse thing.
No, he's a squirrel. It was originally designed to be a squirrel, and then they changed it to a mouse.
Hmm. Which
Oh,
Right.
you
So
kind
which
of
which,
see
which
that
one is
in,
right then?
Pachirisu is the only one I think of as being an actual mouse, and that thing's a little electric. But
So
Pikachu is still.
Pachirisu and Emolga are pretty much the only thing that are squirrels. One's
Yeah,
squirrel and
Emolga.
one's flying.
Pachirisu, though, you can kind of see more of the squirrel in it because of the big puffy tail.
Yeah,
Oh,
Emolga's
yeah.
a flying squirrel.
Yeah, Emolga is the only one of the Pikachu redos that well, no, there's Dedenne as well. Dedenne is definitely a mouse. But yeah,
Avira, officially Pikachu is still considered to be the mouse Pokemon.
yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
the-
That's what I thought.
Won't change it. They'll not change it now because Pikachu ended up becoming the mascot of Pokemon. So if they tried to officially change it, there would be outrage.
It's
Because
yeah.
No, you can't
Yeah.
fuck with Pikachu. No way. Mm-mm.
The interesting new live comments. 777 Ice Soon says, I can imagine the evil team this time being based on the Inquisition.
Oh.
Team Rocket and the Crusaders.
No, they'd just be the Crusaders.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You'd start harassing them. I mean, it's like
you
a
know,
kid
it's not
looking
gonna
at
lie. If this is gonna be Spanish thematically, it'd be, it'd be a repeat of what, the colonization of the South Americas and Mexico.
Oh, they could be like a Quetzalcoatl Pokemon, like a feathered serpent or whatever. That'd be kind of
Right.
cool.
It's called Quetzalcoatl.
Quite
Yeah,
so,
yeah, the-
and
Aztec god of what, death or whatever.
I
And
wonder.
there's a
creation?
lot of
I don't know.
potential in using, in using that part of the world to create a Pokemon world,
Yeah,
Are they going to
totally.
have a Chupacabra knockoff?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Ice Kitsune, Gen 5 did Antifa. Gen 5 have Antifa.
Gen 5
Yeah,
was
pretty
the
much.
worst.
I mean, oh, that group was just so bad.
All right. So, what are your hopes for, in this 9th generation of Pokemon?
I'm hoping they don't do a black and white again. But I'm just so glad that they're doing it open world again because I absolutely love it in Legends Arceus. The open world is fantastic to play, and I just hope for shiny hunting they keep the shinies as the overworld sprites, not where you have to encounter them to see. Because I just love walking around and suddenly seeing, oh, there's a shiny Pokemon there, instead of having to walk into every single one of them to see it, like you had to in Sword and Shield. Legends Arceus has handled it perfectly.
I'm not pre-ordering this game.
I'm pre-ordering both of them.
Nice. All right. So we'll keep a lookout and see what happens. And because it's something kind of looking forward to. Now, the next story that we have come to an end of an era.
Yeah, an era indeed. Arthur fans react as kids show airs last episode after 25 seasons. Mind you, Arthur came out back in October of 1996.
Fucking
They have
hell.
over, yeah, they have. Last time I read, I think they have over like 400 and something episodes. A lot.
I hate to think what it's going to be like with the news of Neighbours in Australia coming to an end after 37 years.
Wow. But
But
you
this
know,
is
Keep
what-
in mind, Simpsons is still running.
Neighbours,
Yeah.
not Simpsons.
yeah.
So
But-
when I see this, I can't help but think Rugrats. The way they
Yeah,
ended Rugrats.
exactly. See, a lot of shows do this actually. Like they'll have like at the end of their season or the show itself, they'll have them all like grown up. Rugrats did this obviously, and then there was a spin-off, but so did Regular Show. The last
Oh,
episode of that, it was like 10 years later, 20 years later, or something like that.
I remember the last episode of Kids Next Door.
Oh, yeah, that's
them
right.
had them be like on some kind of interview, and
Mhm.
they're like all adults, like all the from number 1 to number 5. They're all like adults now.
That's right.
And
Yeah,
they
so
actually like, and because like the entire story in Kids Next Door is like once you become a teenager, they wipe out your memory of having like anything to do with Kids Next Door. Like
Mhm.
they said something like they regained their memory, but like only temporary, just so they can like talk about some kind of experience. I guess like in the last episode or something. So it sounds like
or
interesting.
they work as like a double agent too, like infiltrating the teenagers or whatever. But with Arthur, it's really funny how they showed all the characters being super successful. Like Arthur is a writer, Buster, I forgot what he did. I know Francine became a lesbian. She does like sneakers and
Yeah,
stuff.
right. And we're gonna have a look at these. Arthur Reed, our graphics novelist. His first
Yeah,
book,
right. He's a
Arthur,
writer.
exactly. You know, and look,
That
the
hair,
look,
though.
and
He has now, guys. I'm not. Have you ever seen AOK animations? Because a few years ago, they did a spoof on Arthur, all grown up. Only Arthur was in his 20s, moving back with his parents, and Buster was a meth dealer.
Okay then.
Yeah, yep. It was pretty freaking bonkers, man.
I
And
seriously
that was like 3 or 4 years ago that came out, and now this final episode they actually show them all grown up, but they're all successful. Like that fat
Hmm.
bully kid, he's like a news reporter or
and
whatever.
now let's look at these one at a time again.
Okay, okay.
Francine, yeah, definitely got
Yeah,
that butch lesbian
God.
sort of style.
yeah. What's going on here?
Now walking up.
Actually I think in the AOK animation she was also portrayed as a lesbian. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
I'm pretty
that's
sure
gonna
she was.
come off. Oh, that's gonna come off as really bad. She's a monkey, right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
this
was
looks
just
bad
thinking that.
already.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
whatever this
no.
is, it looks
this is
horrible.
an insult to lesbians. I'm
Oh
sorry.
goodness gracious. So yeah,
Next
so
one.
Francine is now working.
Arthur already went woke with the whole.
We'll get to that in a second because it had its controversies, but we'll touch on that in just a second. Yeah, I remember that too well. Next one, DW is a cop.
Oh, this is gonna
Okay.
piss
I
me
would
off.
never have guessed that. That she'd be a police
Oh.
officer. No, I thought she'd be like a fashion designer or something.
Next one,
Hmm.
Vinky.
Ah, yeah, Vinky.
Would that actually, like her
Yeah.
being a cop, would that actually like make some people upset? Because their
Probably.
stances
No.
on police.
Oh, here's an
Probably.
interesting live comment. Foxcutter Husky. DW, the snitch of the show, is a cop, of course.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Actually, that does kind of make sense now that I think about it.
I always thought the cops are those bullies from high school that like
Yeah,
they
some-
like they want to bully, they want to keep bullying, so they become cops.
Oh no, that's usually the drug dealers.
That's actually the Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
Ha. Here we have
Anyway.
Vinky Barnes is a local news reporter, which is
Next one,
interesting.
George Lundgren, now the owner of the Sugar Bowl Cafe,
Okay.
and Muffy Crosswire, running for mayor of Elwood City.
Makes sense.
So,
I mean,
out of
she's got the money for it, so.
why is nobody being like a delivery driver, a taxi driver, a truck driver, or like
Because they all have
There's
to be
no-
successful.
all working, or
Because
that
it's
sort of
not
shit?
considered a success these
I mean,
days.
it is, though. I mean, truck drivers make a lot of money.
Well, yeah,
And they're
actually, yeah,
vital.
but like a taxi driver, for instance, or a delivery man or postman.
Mhm.
Yeah, this current day and age, like whenever everything is like overpriced, like you being a delivery man, like
Yeah. All right, next one's Buster is a school teacher.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. Like
That
I'm
face
referred
is
to.
giving me nightmares.
Yeah. Oh, did you guys notice that Arthur has on his shirt like Buster on his shirt?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I noticed that.
Isn't that kind of weird? Like, why?
Because they've got to be gay.
No,
I'm
you know
sorry,
what?
but-
Maybe they already made Mr. Ratburn gay. Why not?
Wait, really?
They did. Yeah, Mr. Ratburn, their teacher. Yeah, it turns out
That's right.
he
That's
married a
when.
guy.
That's also
Oh,
when the
right.
moment like Arthur turned woke as well, because they also
Yeah.
had a screen about racism for a show that's irrelevant because it's about
Oh, yeah,
anthropomorphized
it's about
animals.
George Floyd. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we talked about that shit.
Is it just me, or in the next 10 to 20 years, America's going to be having the same issues that Japan is today?
Most likely.
What would that be?
Low birth rate.
Oh yeah, well, right now
That
America's
might
birth rate
actually,
is
yeah.
1.7. Due to immigration, though, it's close to 2.1, which is what you need to sustain a population. But right now, Americans are it's about 1.7.
Right, but
Well,
the thing is, Japan, like demographically, Japan isn't producing. Isn't.
Well, you have to think about it. Like me as like I'm almost going to be 28, and I still have no plans to have kids because I can't afford them. Like I can't really afford them to like go to a proper school because no way in hell I'm going to send them to public school.
Yeah, fuck that.
I have to afford everything. Like since everything is like overpriced now, it's not sustainable. Like it's
Mm.
50 years ago it was because like things were affordable,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
now
So, the decision to have children is really again, it's a couple of things, but economic
Uh,
factors aside, Japan isn't really, encouraging its people to have children, or at least not trying to.
yeah.
Lots of other
Speaking of
problems, a lot of and a lack of immigration.
yeah,
And-
speaking of kids show, like I did notice that like in today's kids shows, they don't really like promote the kind of like unity. I guess like that's probably one of the reasons why the Generation Z is so uninterested in starting a family and having kids because like the cartoons don't really teach us the sense of like having a family and
They don't. Yeah,
know,
you're right. They really don't promote family values anymore because the woke culture
because
wants to destroy
it's
the
considered
family
a
unit.
conservative. It's considered a conservative value. Like it's not part of the
It
progressive
should be
kind of
human
values.
value. What are you talking about? Like families,
The-
right? Like that's how we live.
Yeah, but
It's messed
like
up.
I find it hard. Like it's more important to show kids about someone's different sexuality than like for instance how family is like important and how family actually uh how family actually like help us like how like basically having a family and starting a new family is would actually like benefit us all like
Oh yeah,
What-
definitely.
what-
And like what you see with the older kids cartoons as well, there's a lot of emphasis on family. I mean, you look at Arthur or Little Bear or stuff like that. It was always about the whole family thing. Now, have you
were-
guys grown up with Arthur? Like, have you like seen
No.
episodes over the years?
Well,
I haven't seen the latest Arthurs because I was when I was a kid.
Sort
Yes,
of.
I did watch Arthur.
Yeah.
I watched it as a kid, but I've not seen it since.
I was more watching the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
and
Cool.
but even Hanna-Barbera had like Yogi Bears, like son and
Oh,
father
so
kind of
wholesome.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some. I mean, also I have to mention like Flintstones as well. I mean, and
Yep.
all that. They were also like family kind of thing, and yeah, you just kind of don't see that in shows anymore. It's more now. The kids shows are more like now to actually send uh, a virtue signaling message than rather than just like
Providing quality
some kind of
entertainment,
life
meaningful,
values. Yeah.
yeah, right, meaningful messages.
So, for me, when I was growing up, there were a number of TV shows. These weren't cartoons, but they were filmed for kids, and effectively, it would have the kids figuring out something. The adults or the parents would act in a "No, you're wrong. This is stupid. You should stop." At the end, whether it was just an episode or an entire series, the parents realizing that, oh no, the kids were right, and then the parents having to actually correct their mistakes. You don't see that at all nowadays. Nothing like that. Because that should at least it introduced me to that despite someone being up top, even if they think that you're wrong, but you know that you're right, try to find a reasonable way to point out. And that's stuff I've been doing.
I
At
think
work, especially when
as well.
when it gets into an argument between myself and either the boss or a supervisor, it's like, come over here, watch me, and tell me what I'm doing wrong,
I
and it
think as
just
well, on
kills the
the side,
situation completely.
like maybe it's also meant to teach children the problem solving.
Exactly.
Problem solving. That's also the thing. Like, it's it's kind of sad to see it. Like, it's also what I'm seeing with the current generation. All that they don't really have that kind of problem solving skill like that would actually benefit later in life. Like,
No, they're just
that's
being
why I was mainly interested in old when I was like a kid. Like, I mainly watched the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons like Scooby-Doo and Jetsons, Flintstones, like whatever, like all the Wacky Race and all that. But like they like those cartoons, like at least they provided entertainment, and as well as they had a message, usually like you you know usually I see like in today's world, when you have like all this progressive things, I think like the probably the best message for that is like appreciate someone who's different, and that's enough. You don't need to like shove. Oh wait, they're gay, they're lesbian, they're black, they're Asian. You don't need to shove all that message, because then it sounds more political rather than
Right.
just like
And it
each
wasn't
kid.
even just about like race or gender. It was more about like different, as in maybe they had a weird hobby or an interest, like they were a nerd or something.
Yeah,
And stuff like that. Yeah, that's like generic enough where it can be relatable.
I think also I think the last cartoon I saw that had those kind of messages was actually My Little Pony Friendship is Magic from 2011. I think that's mainly the reason why people liked it. I mean, why the fans of that show at least like really liked it, because it at least brought back those old kind of like life value messages that the old cartoons used to have. That these days they don't really have them anymore.
Maggie. As I think you're referring to the fact that people are taught that when things don't go your way, go get a flamethrower and set fire to your entire city.
Well, that aside, though, like it's interesting to see how cartoons have definitely changed with the messaging, though. But I guess the question I want to ask here is, was this ending a good send off for Arthur?
I'm going to ask the Magic 8 Ball that question. Was
Oh
this a
yes,
send
ask
off
the
for
Magic 8
Arthur?
Ball.
I mean,
Come on.
Tell us, oh wise
yes
one.
and no, because it's still like Arthur has been
certain.
Arthur has kind of changed changed show. It's not what it
What
like.
did the Magic Able say? Circle?
It is certain.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but I would say yes to some extent, but also no, because they have actually embraced the whole woke culture thing like last year, and probably even before that. I'm not even sure, but it still even shows these, like you said, like no, like I think Noble or somebody mentioned here, there isn't like anyone. Is there like a shot where I haven't seen that episode? Is there a shot where anyone is like having kids or something? Like like they're happily married or
Oh, I'm
because
sure.
like
I'm sure
because
there
in
is.
Kids Next Door, for instance, you had number number 4 and number 3 were married because like number 4 and number 3 had like number 4 was had a crush on number 3, and
Yeah.
at the end of the show it shows them that they're actually married, like so at least like that's kind of like that kind of was a good send off because fans at least knew that they would that they at least hooked up and they finally like got together. I think
Yeah.
like those kinds of I think like it's those kinds of things like you need like if there was some kind of like they hooked up with someone, started a family, like could be even different species, like
But
don't even need to, but like it's not even that, like
and I guess what I really wanted to say was, did this ending, tie up all the loose ends and bits by bits of Arthur?
Yeah, I think it's a good ending. I mean, it shows like 20 years later or 10 years, whatever it was, 10 years later, I think, and like how they're doing in life. Which okay, I get that. A lot of shows do it, but I didn't like really appreciate just how old the show was. It came out in '96, bro. I was 3 years old when the show came out, and it's just ending now after 25 seasons. That's pretty impressive. That's a long run.
yeah,
Change
but
why I wasn't watching it
it's
then.
sort of unnecessary. When you think about it, it's sort of unnecessary that it had to be running this long. I mean, it's a kids show. Kids are gonna watch it from ages 2
Yeah,
I mean,
and some
until
even
I mean,
they're like
clearly,
10.
clearly they were doing something right because they had enough ratings and enough funding to continue on for 20 plus seasons. So
I
I
honestly
haven't seen the
think
newer
though,
episodes. Like I used to watch it when I was a kid, like maybe 5 to 10 years old, probably.
yeah.
I haven't seen any of the new episodes except for that one with Mr. Ratburn and his gay husband. That was kind of weird, but
I
there's
haven't even
that.
watched much of the new Arthur either.
Yeah, I
You know,
wonder if that's why, if that's why this happened.
I
Like
wonder how
when they
much of a culture,
got woke, they went broke.
I wonder how much of a culture shock it would be for someone to watch Arthur from like '96 to like '99.
Oh, I wonder. Wait, wasn't there one episode where, like, in Arthur, where they were like cursing, like they were using bad words, and they had a sense? I think it was when DW discovered what the F word meant, and yeah, and then like all the parents got pissed off because like the kids were using it, and they censored it in the show, but like in creative ways, where DW would be like, "Oh, I heard about that. What the?" And then like they close the window, and you see her mouth go, and everyone's eyes were like, "What did you just say?" I know SpongeBob did something like that too with Sailor Mouth, with the dolphin noise when they learned curse words. So Arthur did it first, though. I think that was back in like the late '90s or something.
Thank you,
Wasn't
Sam.
But that also did teach a good lesson too. Like, hey, don't use bad words.
Wasn't there a banned episode of Dexter's Laboratory where
Yes, there was. Yes, there
where
was.
they
It was
also
called
where they also like
rude. It was called rude removal, I believe. It was when Dexter put him and Dee Dee into like this chamber, and then they made like evil copies of themselves. And yeah, they were cursing left and right. Like they were. It was a crazy episode. I can't believe that even fucking aired.
I think it did air, but it only aired
It did,
once.
but it was censored.
It aired once, and then they actually like removed it.
Yeah, you can still find clips of it like on YouTube somewhere if you like dig deep enough. It's pretty bonkers, man. Like,
All right.
damn,
So I
a different
guess-
time.
Yeah, different times. All right. So looks like we've come to the end of the show. That's what we've got. That's what we've got for the week. And what did you guys think about everything that we've gone through? Ooh, who'd like to start with our closing statement?
It'd be nice to see how things boil over next week. to be honest.
Mhm.
I really want to see the Dr. Zeus books when they come out, the new ones, because
Yeah.
I truly hope that they at least one of them pisses off one group.
It's not that hard to do these days, but somebody's bound to happen to get somebody pissed off, and that's
Oh
going
yeah.
the whole cycle
Sorry
repeat
about
itself
that. Hit
again.
the wrong button.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I hit the wrong thing. Sorry.
All right, so other closing statement. Who's up next? Stifior?
I'm just excited for the Pokemon games. I just can't wait to see a little bit more about them, but I also don't want to see too much because I want to be able to go into the game and experience it all myself.
Mm.
And I'm just really, really hopeful that we have some good ghost types coming.
Maybe we'll get a zombie.
Mm.
Who knows? Like, we'll see what kind of animals there are. What kind of things they're gonna have. We might get
Yeah.
we might get an ibex goat. Well, an ibex sheep, whatever. Sorry, I'm tripping over, but or like some from Mexican folklore. Who knows?
Chupacabra.
El Chupacabra.
Yes. So now Malagos.
Well, I mean, it might be because I feel kind of down. I'm feeling kind of down lately, but I'm generally the more hear about uh you know putting the whole like PC culture into kids shows and banning books because they're now inappropriate. It kind of I guess it kind of worries me that the next generation is gonna keep growing up to be worse and worse because parents are gonna let their kids watch cartoons and the cartoons become more and more politicized. And what's the message we're sending to the kids? That I mean, sorry if the message came out a little bit less heartwarming, but I guess you know.
Yeah, I got that. And
Uh,
Avira.
And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day where we can learn to work and play and get along with each other. Rest in peace, Arthur. That's all I
And
gotta
so
say
how
about
was this episode?
that.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, without a doubt, indeed. God bless you, Magic 8 Ball. Yes,
The Magic 8 Ball has
absolutely.
spoken.
Alright. So I hope you enjoyed listening to this and I had fun along the way, as we did in the making of this show. And as always, our episodes are available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, BitChute, and more further down the line. This is us signing out for the week. Farewell, and until next time.
Bye.
Yeah.